Hey everybody, today we are excited to talk about our experience at an indoor golf facility. We had a chance to evaluate our swings, pull data on our clubs, and we even had a chance to play at Pebble Beach Golf Course. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, I'm Brady and this is Tyson with Golf Ascending. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We do create weekly golf content, so click that little notification bell as well. Today we are talking about an indoor golf facility that we got to go to and test out. And we kind of want to talk about who are these indoor golf facilities targeted for? Are they worth the membership price? And why wouldn't you just go to a golf course or the range to get your practice where it's a little cheaper and you get to be outdoors? So let's get into it.
All right, so Brady and I recently had the opportunity and invitation to go to one of these indoor golf facilities. And before we actually got to go, we did a little bit of research on the website. And this is for a facility in Utah, American Fork, called the Golf Lynx. And so we did a Google search, looked up, what the pricing was and kind of what it was all about, what the technology they had was. And everything looked awesome, looked state-of-the-art. We were really excited to do it, but then we got to the point in the website where we saw the price, and I was like, oh boy.
Yeah.
I think it had a price of about $1,500 annually, or month to month it was like $150, and I was like, oh man, that is pretty dang expensive. I think you got like 10 to 15 hours a month. Yeah. In 1 hour sessions.
Depending on the package, yeah.
Yeah, and so, I was thinking this over, I was talking to Brady, and I was like, is that really worth it? This price was just a big hurdle for me to get over. Yeah. And so, talking to him about it, we decided to go into this thing with an open mind just to really see what it had to offer. And so we went in there, and we actually just kind of want to show you guys around. So this is the Golf Lynx in American Fork, Utah.
Hey, so my name is Skylar Street, and I'm the owner here at the Lynx Club, which is an indoor golf facility. And this really was kind of a dream that I had because golf is really an inflexible game. You have to have tee times, the weather's got to be good, you hope people in front of you play fast. There's a lot of things that go into having a good golf experience, and I really wanted to take all those factors out. So the Lynx Club is open 24/7. So I have 2 hitting bays in here, and we're really open all the time. I have a member who's a firefighter that comes here at 2 a.m. I have a teacher who comes in at about 5 a.m. before her classes because I really wanted golf to work around their schedule. So whenever you have the time, we have the time. So I wanted it to be flexible as much as it possibly could be, and at the same time, I wanted it to be educational, and I wanted the time that people have in here to be as efficient as possible. So the Lynx Club is going to provide you with launch monitor software that's just amazing. That's really going to benefit you. And really, a launch monitor is going to educate you on what your swing does. So a lot of people ask, well, why would I use this over a driving range? It's because if you want to get better, you have to know what your swing's doing. You have to know what your swing path is. You have to know what your angle of attack is. And the more that you know what those things are, the easier they are to change. You can go ahead and hit 1,000 balls at a driving range and never be any better for it. But a couple swings in here and you'll automatically know where you're hitting it on the club face, where your path is. And if you want to make those changes, you can make the changes in real time, and it's really fantastic to do so. So not only is it really flexible with your time, it's efficient with your time. So if you have any inclinations of trying to improve, this is where you come to do it.
All right, so before we go into our review of the place and our experience while we were at this indoor golf facility, let us know in the comments if you're a member of an indoor facility like this, how much it costs, if it's worth it to you, and kind of your experience. We would love to hear it. But now let's kind of talk about the first thing, which is we checked out our swings and pulled some data on it.
Yeah, so this type of machine technology is really cool because you can fine tune any ticks or hiccups in your swing. You can figure out if you're hitting, out to in, too much in to out. Are you hitting it thin? All this data that you can adjust and refine your swing over and over again.
Super accurate.
Yeah, and it's something that after one ball, if you know how your swing works and you know what a swing is supposed to do, you can refine it and fix a swing, after only a couple of balls.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. Seeing the accurate numbers, being able to dial in your 7-iron and all your other clubs to figure out what your actual distances are is such a huge benefit. And they even have a program where you can actually do a gapping test, right?
Yep.
You hit, 5 to 7 balls each club, go all the way through your bag, and it will give you it'll give you a report of what you did, where the dispersion was, and everything. And something like this is so valuable to have on the course, and just in anything that you're doing. So I really enjoyed that. Something that was actually a really cool benefit for me as a left-hander. Okay, a lot of times with simulators, you have to, for a left-hander, because the majority of the time they're set up for right-handers, you have to move the entire setup on the other side.
With cords and everything getting in the way.
So this one, because it was up above us, and the sensors looked down, I didn't have to do anything. I just put a ball down and swung the ball and got my data.
Really convenient.
And what was really cool is when me and Brady, were playing a golf course, and we'll get into that. We played Pebble Beach, but we would rotate, alternate shot, right? Whoever was out and we worked in, Brady could hit a ball, and I could hop in and hit a ball, and we didn't have to change anything up as far as setup goes. So that was really cool. And then kind of just the last perspective that I got from this is that this essentially is a learning tool. This is a learning tool for someone who is very serious about their game. Someone who wants to fine tune and fix things down, to, millimeters.
Oh yeah.
And so, definitely if you're this type of person, $150 a month might be worth it. And I think what we did is we broke it down, and $150 divided by, I think
15 hours.
15 hours came to be about $10 per hour session. So if you think about it that way and you use it, you use all your sessions because they don't roll over.
Yeah.
It's really not that bad of a price if you're using it.
Yeah, for sure. And kind of like what he said earlier, Skylar, is that it's open 24/7. That's another thing I want to know. If you've been a member of one of these facilities, is it common to be open that late? So like a fireman could come in at 2 a.m., which is pretty cool. And another thing is they had a golf package that you could bring a guest. So it would be perfect for golf coaches. Like Tyson was saying, it's kind of great for being a learning tool and being coached and really getting that data. But something that's kind of a little negative about that is if you don't know a lot about the data of your golf swing and everything it provides, if you're kind of a newbie to golf and not super serious about the game, you might not know what to do with that data unless you had a golf coach there or a golf pro.
I mean, if you just give someone a whole bunch of data, it's like, here, do what you can with it. But if you don't know what to do with it, the data's not any good.
Yep.
And so, that point is honestly fantastic. If you have that +1 in your membership, you can bring someone in there to kind of help you fine tune those things. That's just an added bonus for sure.
For sure. Now let's talk about Pebble Beach. That was pretty fun. So this is with Foresight software, I believe, and that was a cool experience. I love a simulator like that. Some of you may know we have a video on the SkyTrack launch monitor. I have that in my garage, and it's pretty cool. But the experience of golfing on the course is a lot different with Foresight, where you see the ball going right as you hit it, and you kind of see it moving throughout the course instead of just being on a picture. So that was really fun. We're playing at Pebble Beach, an awesome course. I got to go to the 2019 US Open there, so it's kind of cool, like just seeing the holes and playing them. I haven't actually played at Pebble Beach. If you've played there, that's awesome. Let us know about that experience. But yeah, it was really fun. But there were some things, and I think this is with almost any simulator, that doesn't feel, as natural if you're going to go on a real course. The two main things that I would say is chipping and putting. It was hard to tell how far you needed to chip, how much it would roll. You know, they have the line saying, you know, okay, this is descending, you know, it's gonna roll a little faster, but it was kind of hard to like get a true feel as if you were on a golf course.
And a lot of times too, with chipping and with putting, you're generally on uneven ground. So I mean, your green side, you're chipping, you know, you might be uphill a little bit, downhill a little bit. And so, you know, when you're just chipping and putting from this completely flat level surface, it's kind of like, okay, you know, this doesn't really feel like the real deal. Whereas, you know, if you're hitting, you know, like iron shots and drivers, you know, yeah, it's a little bit slopey, but, you know, in this case, it's more, you know, am I hitting the right distances? And it still feels okay as a part of the course.
And we were actually able to remove putting. You don't have to do putting. I think it gives you 2 strokes if you're within like 30 feet and probably 3 if you're past 30 feet. So there's different settings you can do. Another cool thing is that you can change the settings of wind, but also if you're hitting out of the sand or out of the rough, they simulate it to where you have to hit it a little bit harder or faster. So that's kind of cool that they have those options.
All right, so to sum up our experience at the indoor golf facility at Lynx Club, it honestly changed a little bit. You know, am I right now going to go sign up and go do this? You know, probably not. I think, you know, this is a decision that I might have to think about a little bit. But
and we already pay for a membership as well.
Right. So I mean, we get lots of golf, we get lots of practice, but this does have a market, and it has a specific market. And, you know, that is for someone who, you know, might not have the time, you know, that works with the golf courses or the driving range. Someone that maybe can only golf super early in the morning or super late at night. You know, because this thing is open 24 hours a day, it's very accessible to those who just can't get on the course at normal hours. Another reason why our perspective changed is, you know, going in there and using this as a learning experience. Maybe you only have this membership for a year just so you can kind of work some things out. That was a thought that we both had, was, okay, let's get in there, maybe let's bring a coach in and let's work out some of the kinks in the swing. Let's, you know, straighten us out, let's figure out what we're doing wrong, and, you know, then we can take this on to bigger and better things, you know, next year and so on. So overall, yes, it is pretty expensive, but I think with the amount of data that you get and with the convenience of time, it is definitely worth it for that specific type of person. So anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe. We upload golf content every week, and we'll see you next time.